Coco the Brave Caterpillar, a tale of growth and friendship. Indiana, the heart of a sunlit meadow, where wildflowers danced in the breeze and butterflies painted the sky, lived a tiny green caterpillar named Coco. Coco was small, so small that even the ants teased him. "What can you do?" they'd say. "You're too little to help with anything." But Coco didn't let their words dampen his spirit. He had a big dream, to one day see the world beyond the meadow, to soar high like the butterflies he admired. "One day," he whispered to himself, "I'll show everyone that even the smallest can do great things." Coco's days were filled with adventure, crawling through blades of grass that towered like skyscrapers and nibbling on delicious leaves. He loved exploring, but often wished he had someone to share his adventures with. Being little isn't so bad, Coco thought, but it sure would be nice to have a friend. One sunny morning, as Coco basked on a warm rock, he heard a tiny voice crying for help. Following the sound, he discovered a ladybug named, whose wing was caught in a thorny vine. "Don't worry," Coco said bravely, though the thorns looked sharp and menacing. With careful precision, Coco used his tiny body to untangle the vine, freeing. "Thank you," Dip exclaimed. "You're braver than you look." By the way, I'm Coco," he said, smiling. "And I'm just glad I could help." From that day forward, Coco and Dip became inseparable. They explored the meadow together, climbing tall dandelions and chasing shimmering dragonflies. Dip often told Coco stories about the faraway hills she'd seen during her flights, and Coco's dream of exploring beyond the meadow grew even stronger. One day, while the friends were playing near a sparkling stream, a group of bees buzzed past in a panic. "The storm is coming," they warned. "Everyone must find shelter." Coco and looked up to see dark clouds gathering on the horizon. The wind picked up, and the once calm meadow began to shake. "We have to warn everyone," Coco said. The two friends raced across the meadow, warning the other creatures. "Find shelter. The storm is coming," they cried. Coco even crawled up to the tallest flowers to call out to the butterflies resting there. The animals hurried to safety, grateful for Coco's courage. As the first drops of rain fell, Coco and huddled beneath a large leaf. The storm raged, with thunder rumbling and lightning flashing across the sky. Coco's tiny heart pounded, but he stayed brave, comforting. "It'll pass," he said. "We'll be okay." When the storm finally ended, the meadow glistened in the morning sunlight. The animals emerged from their shelters, praising Coco and for their bravery. "You saved us," they cheered. Days turned into weeks, and Coco felt something changing. He was eating more, growing stronger, and feeling a strange tug to build a cozy cocoon. "I don't know what's happening to me," he said one evening as the stars twinkled above. Dot smiled knowingly. "I think you're about to become something even more amazing." Trusting his instincts, Coco spun himself a silken cocoon. "Don't forget about me," he said softly as the cocoon wrapped around him. "I'll see you soon." For days, Dot waited patiently, visiting Coco and humming little tunes. The other animals wondered what would emerge. "Will Coco come back the same?" a grasshopper asked. "Or will he be different?" One sunny morning, the cocoon began to stir. It called out to the other animals, and they all gathered to watch. Slowly, the cocoon split open, and out emerged a magnificent butterfly. Coco's wings shimmered with vibrant colors, orange, yellow, and blue, and sparkled in the sunlight. "I can fly," Coco exclaimed, flapping his new wings. "I can see the whole meadow from up here." Dot laughed. "I knew you had it in you, Coco." Coco soared above the meadow, finally seeing the world he had always dreamed of. But he didn't forget his friends. He swooped down and said, "No matter how high I fly, I'll always be here for you." From that day on, Coco became the meadow's hero. He helped lost creatures find their way, guided his friends to the juiciest flowers, and reminded everyone that even the smallest beginnings could lead to the grandest transformations. And as Coco soared across the sky, the meadow buzzed with excitement, his story inspiring every creature to dream big and believe in themselves. Vocabulary words: meadow, a grassy field with flowers. Example, Coco lived in a beautiful meadow filled with wildflowers. Skyscraper, a very tall building. Example, to Coco, the tall grass looked like skyscrapers. Precision, doing something very carefully. Example, Coco untangled the thorn with great precision. Shelter, a place to stay safe. Example, the animals found shelter during the storm. Cocoon, a protective covering made by caterpillars. Example, Coco spun himself a cozy cocoon. Shimmer, to shine with a soft, flickering light. Example, Coco's new wings shimmered in the sunlight. Magnificent, very beautiful or impressive. Example, Coco became a magnificent butterfly. Instinct, a natural feeling or ability. Example, Coco followed his instinct to build a cocoon. Transformation, a big change in form or appearance. Example, Coco's transformation amazed all the animals. Courage, being brave in the face of fear. Example, Coco showed courage by warning the animals of the storm.